These are the top 10 NBA teams that were stacked with talent but somehow never managed to win it all. Starting at number 10 is the 17-18 Toronto Raptors. In 2019, the Raptors had a loaded squad led by Kawhi Leonard, and they were just a Kawhi shot away from a title in 2018. That year, they dominated the regular season and had the potential to take down LeBron's Cavs, but they fell short. Still, it's one of the greatest what could have been teams in NBA history. Then at number 9, give me the 2001 Sacramento Kings. The 2001 Kings were a revelation. Led by Chris Webber, Mike Bibby, and Peja Stojakovic, they were a 61-win team that nearly took down the Shaq and Kobe Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. That Game 7 with the controversial calls and missed opportunities still haunts Sacramento fans. They had the talent, the depth, and the heart, but just couldn't seal the deal. At number 8, one of my favorites, the 94-95 Orlando Magic. With a roster full of prime Shaquille O'Neal, Penny Hardaway, and an electric supporting cast, the 1995 Magic seemed poised for greatness, but an unexpected finals loss to the Houston Rockets left them wondering what went wrong. Shaq would leave shortly after, and that marked the beginning of what could have been a legendary run that fizzled out too soon. On the 7th spot, we have the 12-13 San Antonio Spurs. This one still stings. The Spurs had a 2-1 series lead in the 2013 finals against the Miami Heat, and were just seconds away from sealing the deal in Game 6, but Ray Allen hit one of the most iconic three-pointers in NBA history to tie the game and change the entire series. They would go on to lose in Game 7 with Tim Duncan in his prime, Tony Parker's brilliance, and Amanu Ginobili's flair. They were a team of destiny, but fate had other plans. At number 6, give me 96-97 Utah Jazz. The 1997 Jazz had John Stockton, Karl Malone, and a deep roster that could contend with anyone. They made it to the finals against Michael Jordan's Bulls, but despite playing some of their best basketball, they just couldn't get past the greatness of MJ. The Jazz were on the verge of greatness, but fell short in back-to-back finals against Jordan's Bulls. Then at number 5 is the 2006 Dallas Mavericks. The 2006 Mavericks had everything: Dirk Nowitzki at his peak, Josh Howard, Jason Terry, and a solid roster all the way through. But in the 2006 NBA Finals, they lost a 2-0 series lead against the Miami Heat, who were led by Dwayne Wade and Shaq. It's one of the most stunning finals collapses in history. The Mavs went from being the clear favorites to being left wondering what if. At number 4, we have the 92-93 Phoenix Suns. The Suns were one of the most talented teams in the 90s, but never quite had enough to win the big one. With players like Charles Barkley, Kevin Johnson, and Dan Majerle, they made deep playoff runs, but couldn't capture the elusive championship. They had some epic battles in the Western Conference Finals and gave the NBA's elite a run for their money, but always came up just a little short. Then at number 3, we have the 95-96 Seattle Supersonics. Led by Gary Payton, Shawn Kemp, and Detlef Schrempf, they were one of the most dominant teams in the West. They had a 64-win regular season, and their defense was legendary, but they ran into Michael Jordan's Bulls in the finals, and no one was stopping MJ during that time. Despite being one of the best teams of the 90s, they couldn't get over that finals hump. At number 2, give me the 2014 Golden State Warriors. But hold up, before you say they won a championship in 2015, here's the thing. In 2014, the Warriors were already stacked with the Splash Brothers, Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, along with Draymond Green and Andre Iguodala. They were built for success, but were knocked out in the first round by the Los Angeles Clippers. In 2015, everything clicked, and they finally captured that championship. But the 2014 squad had all the potential that was just waiting to break through. If you like lists like these, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and let's hear your thoughts in the comments. And lastly, the 1986 Boston Celtics. This team is often regarded as the greatest team in NBA history that never won a championship. With Larry Bird, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale, and Dennis Johnson, this Celtics squad was stacked and played beautiful team basketball. They dominated the regular season with a 67-15 record, but fell short in the Eastern Conference Finals to the Detroit Pistons. This team was too talented for its time, and it's painful to think they didn't get that title.